Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mini Metro. This time it looks like we'll be tackling Berlin, which looks like it's gonna be hopefully approachable enough, but we can already see there's gonna be a little what's to say, like a double try. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a problem. So we've got two tunnels here, so we're just gonna simply link one line as is, and then we'll see how things are going. I missed a video on Sunday, and I'm kind of a bit bummed, but it's definitely much easier just to plow on, just to keep doing what we can do, and instead of actually dwelling on our mistakes. So we'll just link this over here. We should be sort of good to go until the next few stations start popping up. So we're still with the last place, which was New York City. We're still able to get over 1,000, which I think should be the standard goal for each of these videos into come future. But I think one of the things I should do, or at least get comfortable with doing, is to what is it? Sort of get used to actually like undoing entire lines and just completely remapping like an entire system in case in case in case things like get really complicated. But I guess the question is how viable it is, and it's just sort of like I'm sort of thinking like what other things would be going through my head at the same time as well. So looks like we're getting fairly busy here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna link this here and introduce another line. Definitely, I'm hoping stations don't come here in the middle too often, otherwise we would be fairly screwed. But yeah, for the time being, we may as well introduce a third line, and just make life a bit more easier. And then so I'm just thinking in terms of the loops, like when we established loops before. Let's just do that. One of the things with the loops is sort of like just establishing loops for certain places and loops only in certain places. So it's like maybe I want to actually get rid of this one and link it here and sort of keep a loop in the top area here, and then this green one will keep in the loop in sort of at the bottom here. And then with this green one, we sort of maybe want to try and aim to loop around the whole way. So maybe we'll just loop actually both triangles here. Alright, we've got a new locomotive, we've got a line or a carriage. I think we'll go for a line. And I think, having learned from the past videos, what we're going to do is that every time we are offered a bridge, we're going to take it. I think that's probably the safest thing to do. Alright, I'll link this here and I'll complete the loop here, and then yeah, we'll see what happens in the meantime. But so far I think we're doing pretty well. We've got a nice structure going on, we've got nice loops going on, therefore each of the trains can sort of just move very comfortably around. I'm hoping some stations pop up underneath here, and so far it doesn't look like we really need to introduce our yellow line just yet. Certainly there might be a station that pops up here in which we'll have to use the yellow line. So okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to just loop this around, keep the loop, just expand the loop, and sort of keep everything going fairly smoothly. So I'm just trying to recall how I did things before, so I can just I'll just link this up here, and okay, yes, so it is as I thought. There's now this is actually going to be a problem because I don't actually have a bridge. So what I need to do is actually unlink this and give myself a bridge back, and then I'll just link this green one over to make life a bit easier. So yeah, it's kind of a shame, but it's certainly one of the things I love about this game is that you can basically just it's all about management. It's sort of like I just see things and I see resources moving around, I see trains moving around, I see passengers moving around, and it's sort of just like, okay, how am I going to make this better? How am I going to make this more efficient? How can I help make the system more efficient? How can I make it better? That sort of thing. So it's those things I get excited about, and it's just like, for me, just resource management in general just sort of comes fairly naturally, in my opinion. But I suppose some people may say otherwise, and obviously it's more like I sort of see the whole thing as a big picture rather than sort of and then it's sort of as, yeah, it's okay. So I've got a triangle here, which I think I'm just going to expand this loop too, and but certainly I'm once I get a few bridges, I will definitely introduce this new line. I still haven't quite figured out where the next bunch of stations are going to appear, so it's I will definitely probably need a yellow line to sort of just interact between the two areas here. But again, it's really dependent on what we get. So we've got a new carriage, we've got a new line, so we should probably use one soon to take advantage of that. But I really could use a new bridge, and it's kind of starting to annoy me now that we don't have new bridges. Well, what can you do is like the game to show it throws you certain curveballs, and there's only certain ways you can deal with it. So I'm just gonna pause this for a second, and I think I'm gonna introduce a new line. And since with the green, I've already sort of established, you know what, I'll just do that for the time being. Because there seems to be a bit of congestion happening down here, especially down here as well, so we're just going to introduce that. Now with the green, this darker green, I'm not actually sure what we're going to do. Now this is going to be a problem, so well I'm still going to expand this line as well. You can definitely see there's sort of enough locomotives on the red line. It's sort of being a bit overburdened, so I'm going to extend the green line over there as well, if you will behave yourselves, pretty please. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stick another state train here. Do I want it on the yellow line? Do I want it on the green? I think. Okay, actually no. I'm noticing one thing. There's a whole bunch of squares here, and this is the only square station here. So what I need, what's the problem is now. This is not efficient. So what I'm gonna do, in sort of in line with my what I said before about just reordering the entire line basically. And then, yeah, so I've sort of established this before in that you can't exactly sort of link back and I'm going to introduce a new train to the green line here. And that should hopefully, yeah, because the problem is that we're really needing some bridges, so I'm hoping we'll get those in the next run. I need to actually stop and think about this for a second. Yeah, this is kind of annoying now. So I think what I need to do now is I'm gonna detach this green one, and actually, I'm gonna create a loop here. But the problem is now that we need something to get across. So what we'll do, we'll introduce a new line. It's like, wow, I really need to think about this now, and it's oh so tricky. Okay, here I'm gonna link this here, but I need a train to go on it now. So there's not much I can do for the moment. But we'll let this, yeah, we'll move this green one over here. And then hopefully, oh, whoops, I forgot about this little guy over here. So that's hopefully what you dealt with. And oh my goodness, this is starting to this is starting to get on my nerves. So, okay, so I guess the question is, what do I do now? I know this is going to be fairly busy up here. Okay, I need to pause more often. I apologize. And sort of like I need to think. I need to observe, I need to just see what's going on, see if I can deal with it. But so far it looks like things are in order for now. So I'm actually wondering if I can link this. No, it doesn't look like it. So it's certainly, there's definitely going to be some issues around here. So I'm hoping get a new locomotive next week and some bridges. Please let us have some bridges. It will make life a lot easier. And that was almost made me panic for a moment there. So I'm just gonna extend this up here. I think one problem is that I'm having too many loops around here. So it's sort of need something that's sort of like cutting in between, which I initially had the brown one. You know what? I'm just gonna link this back up here. Okay. Whoa now. Okay. I have a feeling I'm not managing this very well. But Sunday's coming, which means, thank goodness. I'm so disappointed. I'm gonna grab a carriage. I'm just trying to think. Do I want a new line or do I want a new carriage? I'm tempted to take the line so that we can sort of help redirect resources around, but that's not really the problem right now. It's more I actually need a carriage, so I need to think about which of these is much more overburdened. And I think definitely we're gonna add this to the brown so that the brown can transport some of these heavier channels around. Would really be nice if we had bridges. Oh boy. And I feel like for now we'll add this extra locomotive to the brown station. And certainly this is going to become a problem. Hopefully it's going to be dealt with fairly quickly. Thank you. Brown train or not. Oh no. Oh no, I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Okay, so this is being dealt with. This is hopefully being dealt with soon. And I'm certainly sort of being a bit starved of certain resources, which is, like I said before, really could use a bunch of tunnels, but right now it's proving to be quite an arduous task for me. So I have a feeling like maybe I should sort of just reorder like every single line, like take out everything and just reorder everything. But yeah, I could just think about this red one, and maybe I'll just link this green one over here. And because I guess the problem is now I need to this green one's literally the only square station which is exclusively delivering here, and we sort of need other trains that can help with that. So again, would really love a new bridges. It's like, what's this game doing? It's like, why is it doing this to me? Okay, I need to... Okay, so here I'm going to unlink this and link this back here. And then here, this is getting a bit overburdened. So once this is over, maybe I will consider... this is tricky. Okay, where am I? There's one green, this one orange here. So that should hopefully be coming over to deal with that fairly soon. I hope. Alright, and then that should hopefully be dealt with fairly quickly. And then here, this is getting a bit congested, so... Oh my goodness. Alright, okay, so... No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's better to extend the yellow. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to... Actually, you know, that could have been done better. I'll just actually detach this all the way. And then, there we go. It may well be... I mean, I've definitely broken 200 or 300. Oh, that looks like a Skype message, in which I'm going to ignore for now. My apologies, fellow Skype person, which I'm pretty sure is a spam bot judging by the name. Alright. So, putting 2 carriages there was a good idea. And then now I'm going to move this screen. And I feel like maybe I should... no, that's going to be a problem. Oh boy. Put this here, and we'll detach this yellow and keep looping it around. Okay. This is still very, very congested, so I guess I'm wondering now what kind of micromanagement we need to do, and how we should actually deal with this. So, but so far it seems to be handling itself fine. The week is almost finishing, so hopefully we'll get some additional resources to help deal with our little problem. Oh, just grabbing a sip of my tea there. So, new locomotive, new line, new carriage. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, this time Yeah, this is really screwing us over with the bridges. So I think, okay, I think, is it capacity problems or is it? I think it's sort of just reordering things around. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop here now, and I'm gonna actually reorder a bunch of things. So this is getting a bit overburdened. So we'll leave this here. No, actually, we'll help the green move this around because it's definitely some of the more unique stations we need to pay attention to. So it's like the cross, the this half, this quarter circle, and then it's this square here, which is really pretty much the main problem. So what I'm thinking is, I guess the question is, oh gosh, I think the problem with the idea of wanting to reorder everything is that it feels like it's a terrible idea to reorder everything because um, yeah, it's because of that. So I get the other thing is that we still only have two bridges. So the question becomes, what is the best way to sort of transport some of these like cross junction passengers around. So I guess I'm wondering if is it plausible just to have one line which consists only of passengers to cross around and all the other trains manage themselves, which I honestly don't think is a good idea. I think it's probably better to have, oh boy, I'm actually quite stumped. Okay, so what if, no, 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 no. Okay, what I was thinking was maybe what if I had one line that went around that, like say this green white extended a bit along, but the problem is without an additional bridge, we would have like this loop, which will be a problem. And I actually need a bridge to actually reach the stations here. So, wow, decisions. What I can do though, I can create a new line to help deal with this part, but don't think this probably. I think what I can't figure out at the moment is where I should divert additional attention. So I feel like maybe my orange ones are overburdened. So I'm gonna unlink some of these so that the orange stations can move around. The orange, sorry, the orange locomotives can move around a bit more. I'm gonna delink some of the green ones, and okay, let's just figure out what I want to do here. All right, so and then the brown is definitely going to be the heavy lifter between the two. But I guess the other thing I need to keep in mind is that I can't make the brown carriages move around too much because otherwise they will sort of be doing a lot of like heavy lifting, heavy carrying. Actually, no, I won't link this here. I will link this to the triangle, and then I will add my new line as a loop from here to here. Okay, I guess the question is how do I deal with that in that sense, which is okay. Now I don't want to overx. Okay, so let's. Now I feel like I should reorder this yellow and green one around. So let's just actually undo all that first. Alright, so and then now I've got this tricky green one, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain in the ass right now. Because it's like here there's the restriction in that I can't actually link it like back on itself. It's always got to be at the end here. So no, that's inefficient. Sorry, my so I think we'll go through the heavier areas We'll just make that a single line, but we'll also introduce get a loop around here that will sort of just help move stuff around. Okay, and I've still got a purple line that can help with something, but the question is what? And I think it's because here I don't have a nice okay, it may well be I just royally screwed things up, but we'll see how things go. And actually no, you know what, I'm gonna link this green one here. Actually, you know what, let's just undo things just so that it looks a bit more cleaner. And because I'm like slightly freaking out. Okay, let's see how things go. But yeah, I have a feeling I'm pretty dead. And yeah, I don't think there was much I could have done because, yeah, well, oh well. Yeah, that was a really tricky one, and it was further compounded by the fact that like we really like we really didn't get any extra breaches at the end of this in the week, so that really sort of hampered my strategy in sort of trying to create a system, in sort of just trying to establish my loop system that really like made transporting some of the more congested areas a lot easier. And I'm thinking maybe I could have no. Well, either way, you know, it being my first time on this map, I like to think I did pretty well. So, yeah, at least thankfully this will be a shorter video. So, with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.